Welcome back to the deep dive. So if you've ever, found yourself struggling to command a room, not because of what you're saying, but because of how you're saying it, then this dive is definitely for you.
It really is.
We are looking at a pretty powerful specialized curriculum. It's designed to transform your voice from just a way of speaking into a really refined instrument of expression.
That's absolutely right. Our sources today are focused on a very high-level approach to vocal mechanics, something often called Journey to vocal skills.
And the goal, the mission here, isn't just about learning technical exercises, is it?
No, not at all. It's about seeing how those physical skills transition almost seamlessly into a powerful, expressive performance. And crucially, doing it all while keeping a really close eye on vocal health.
So we're taking this from the ground up, and the very first principle, before we even make a sound, is that the voice is, well, it's part of the body.
Exactly. You can't start any real vocal work until you release all that unnecessary tension.
We're aiming for a neutral, grounded posture and just a fundamentally relaxed approach to breath.
Think of your body as the resonating chamber. Any unnecessary bracing, in the neck, the jaw, the shoulders, it's just muffling the sound before it even begins. This prep work ensures we start from a place of efficiency, not strain.
Okay, so let's build the engine, starting with the breath. The source material emphasizes a technique it calls the filling the bucket method.
Which is so important.
Because most people, when they breathe, they lift their chest and shoulders, right? And that gives you, what, maybe 30% of your lung capacity? We need 100%.
And what's fascinating here is understanding that good breathing is fundamentally three-dimensional. We want expansion outward.
The ribs opening.
Right. The intercostal muscles driving the rib cage open, and also downward, where the diaphragm pushes down against the viscera. For that to happen, the abdominal wall has to stay soft and relaxed.
That is so counterintuitive for a lot of people, especially anyone who spends time in a gym, bracing their core. Why do the abs have to be relaxed on the inhale?
Well, because if they're braced, the diaphragm has nowhere to go but up, which just pushes the air right back into your shallow chest cavity. The bracing only comes in gently when you need that extra support on the exhale, when you're actively projecting or, say, holding a long phrase.
So the air needs a big, soft container to move into.
Precisely.
The visualization for this is brilliant. You start by rolling down your spine, just letting your head and arms hang, and then you imagine your torso is a bucket filling with water from the floor up.
The intention here is key. You're trying to breathe all the way into the base of your spine, the coccyx. You want to consciously feel expansion in your back and your sides, not just your front.
And the shoulders should stay completely still.
Motionless. Then, once you stand up, you practice maintaining that awareness. The curriculum has this beautiful, simple application for it.
The flower exercise.
Yes. You cup your hands and inhale deeply, imagining you're smelling a very delicate flower. That small, focused action ensures you maintain that full back breath, ready to support projection without any strain.
Which gives you the endurance for, a 2-hour presentation.
And that supported breath is the non-negotiable foundation for the second step, phonation.
Phonation. That's just sound production in the larynx, right? Where the vocal folds meet.
That's it. And this is where we meet the two, let's call them great enemies of clarity, breathiness and the glottal attack.
So phonation is basically a tightrope walk. Too much air escaping on one side and the folds slamming together too hard on the other.
Exactly. We use the metaphor of black and white. If pure sound like a clear ah is black and pure breath like a strong oof is white, we want to be speaking in a rich, pure black sound. None of that fuzzy white noise around the edges.
Okay, so how we fix those two problems? Let's start with breathiness. When your folds aren't coming together completely, the source offers a kind of counterintuitive solution.
It does. You momentarily speak louder than you normally would.
Lamp.
Yes. The increase in volume forces the folds to engage completely. Once you find that clear, full sound, you then gradually reduce the volume while obsessively maintaining that clarity. It retrains the folds.
And for the opposite problem, the glottal attack, that jarring, choppy quality you hear at the start of vowel words like apple or editor.
That harsh attack means the vocal folds are coming together too abruptly. To smooth that out and encourage what we call a legato or connected flow, you just start vowel sounds with a gentle lid in.
Like a soft or a gentle H.
Right, you're easing into the vowel. You can practice with words and phrases that inherently encourage legato, like cooperate, creation, law, and order.
Soda and water. It trains the voice to move smoothly, which is so crucial for building trust. Choppy speech feels unstable.
Absolutely. So once that sound is clean and supported, we move to the next layer, resonance.
This is how the sound gets amplified and shaped. It's what gives a voice its richness and its projection.
And resonance, as the curriculum points out, isn't just air moving, it's sound literally vibrating through the bones. We have to create a sensory awareness of where that vibration lives in the skull.
Which brings us to the primary exercise for this, the Y buzz.
Yes. You start with the word yes, and you just dwell gently on that long yi sound. Then you isolate it, adding an E quality. The goal is a gentle, unforced sound with maximum vibration.
The instructions here are very precise. For anyone trying this, how do you know if you've hit the sweet spot?
You should feel the vibration right on the bony ridge behind your upper front teeth, what we call the alveolar ridge.
The spot where you make an L or D sound.
That's the one. It's where the sound feels brightest and most forward. And the instructions also specify a slight space between your side teeth.
Why is that spacing so important?
It just allows the sound waves to travel freely and ensures you aren't clamping down your jaw, which is a huge source of tension. You maintain a buoyant, floating energy, keeping the sound centered and within the lower third of your vocal range.
Okay. That sensation then informs the shape of our vowels, which gets us into what the source calls structural energy.
Precisely. If resonance is about amplifying the sound, structural energy is about creating the right container for that amplification.
We learned that the big, full vowels like ah and o, they just need more open space in the mouth to really resonate.
To get that space, we use yawn-based vowel work. You do backward and forward yawns to release the jaw and feel what the source calls the inverted megaphone shape of the resonator.
An inverted megaphone.
That's the optimal shape for carrying sound effortlessly. You can practice this by intoning a vowel sequence like whoa, 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 wow, wow, while just focusing on maintaining a released tongue, an open throat, a lifted soft palate, and that soft, relaxed jaw.
So that builds the muscular memory for openness. But it's not all about big projected vowels. The source talks about the neutral vowels.
Ah, the quiet hero, yes. The soft ooh in took or the unstressed in alone.
And why are they so important?
They're essential for smooth, efficient conversational speech. They require minimal mouth space and allow for connection and flow. In, say, an intimate setting, relying on neutral vowels creates closeness. Overusing big, dramatic vowels can feel performative, even a bit aggressive.
Okay, so if the breath is the engine and the vowels are the amplifier, then the consonants are the rhythmic drive of our speech.
Now we're getting to it.
This is where we get into Lessac's consonant orchestra. It's a powerful way to understand that consonants do so much more than just clarify words.
I mean, this is truly a cornerstone of expressive speech. Consonants function like musical instruments. Each one contributes rhythm, clarity, and meaning, what we call consonantal energy. How you articulate these changes the entire emotional texture.
Let's break down the orchestra. 4 groups, starting with the quietest ones.
First, we have the stringed instruments. These involve a gentle, sustained vibration that connects one word to the next. Think of sounds like N, M, V, Z.
Like in the words noon, main, hymn, or sizzling. You can feel that continuous hum.
Exactly. These sounds are excellent for creating warmth, legato, and a sense of sustained focus. So if you're trying to soften a tough message, you lean on your strings.
Okay, that makes sense. Group 2.
Second, we move to the percussion instruments. These are light, springing articulations. They create a staccato, decisive effect. These are your hard stops, P, T, K, B, D, G.
So those create clarity and precision. If I'm leading a high-stakes meeting and need to sound decisive, I'm leaning into that percussion.
Absolutely. They are the punctuation of power. And it's worth noting, this category even includes the clicks you find in languages like Isixhosa and Isizulu. They're just pure, precise articulations.
Our third group is the wind instruments.
These rely on shaped airflow, but with a gentle breath. We're talking about sounds like ing, wv, and the voiced feth. You practice with words like cradle, whisper, soothe. They lend a gentle, flowing quality to the speech.
And finally, the sound effect instruments.
These are the unvoiced breath sounds, eth, es, fes, and the unvoiced f. Think of words like soft, hiss, crush. They add texture, maybe a sense of hush or mystery.
So the idea is to practice these sounds musically. as a full orchestra to find all the rhythmic possibilities in any text.
You've got it. Which moves us into the application phase. We've established tonal energy, that resonance structural energy, the vowel shape, and consonantal energy, the rhythm. The key is that you use all three at once, though one might lead depending on your goal.
And that combination is what allows for effective projection. We have to differentiate between shouting and healthy projection. The source calls it calling.
A vital distinction for vocal health. Calling is open, rich, ringing, and free. It uses all your resources, breath, resonance, so the sound carries without strain. Shouting is just tightening the throat and forcing the sound.
Calling is efficient. Shouting is damaging.
Exactly. So once the instrument is tuned and healthy, we apply these skills to a text. And the first layer of analysis is always rhythm.
Pace, pause, stress, repetition, climax.
And rhythm is not something you analyze silently in your head. It exists in time. It's discovered by speaking the text aloud. You have to physically explore it to understand its innate rhythm.
After rhythm, we explore images, the why of the language. And language creates these external pictures, but also inner emotional landscapes.
This is where we bring in the acting technique of sensory recall. You don't remember the emotion itself, you remember the sensation associated with the image. If you describe a heavy door opening, you need to feel that weight in your body as you speak.
So we're looking at words for two things. There's sense meaning, the dictionary definition, and there's sound meaning, what the music of the sound communicates.
Exactly. The sound meaning tells us that if you use long, sustained stringed instruments and resonant vowels, you create gentle, connected effects. If you're delivering a eulogy, those sounds are your allies.
But if you need to be direct or sharp, those short, percussive sounds create staccato, urgent effects. Your voice is literally writing the score for the text as you speak.
And ultimately, this detailed analysis of rhythm, imagery, and sound is what reveals a character's motivations, or, in a business context, your own conviction and authority. The voice unlocks the true interior of the text.
This whole journey is about efficiency, so we can't end without hitting one more time on the critical rule: vocal health.
Non-negotiable. Maintain the instrument. Stay hydrated, avoid screaming, and listen to the early signs of vocal fatigue. If your voice feels scratchy, you rest it. It's about ensuring your instrument is powerful and available for the long haul.
We've really covered the full spectrum today, from the physical grounding of filling the bucket all the way to the precision of the consonant orchestra. It's all aimed at incredibly efficient and persuasive communication.
And if we connect this all together, remember that rhythm and imagery are only discovered by speaking text aloud. They exist in time, not on the page. So the true power of your voice isn't just in the meaning of the words, the sense meaning. It's in the deliberate musicality and energy you choose to perform them with.
Which leaves us with a final thought.
It raises this question for you, the listener, as you look at text this week. How many layers of motivation, of nuance, of unspoken intention are just hiding in the simple sounds of the text we read every day, just waiting for the right voice to use its full orchestra to unlock them?